Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. You all some new film just spilled of Diddy and Kim Porter, and it seems to be Diddy treated Kim more terrible than we naturally suspected. We have known for quite a while that Diddy mistreated Kim when they were together. And surprisingly, after they separated furthermore, numerous sources have spoken over this during that time about how Diddy treated Kim in the background. However, it's nothing contrasted with the new film that just spilled on the grounds that it's downright horrendous, the video s. Ordev demonstrates that Diddy could have played a part in Kim Porter's passing, so you all better plunk down for this in light of the fact that the video could possibly be the ticket that sends Diddy to prison. Okay, so we've been following Diddy's story for a long time now, and you presumably, as of now, know every one of the bits of gossip about how Diddy purportedly unlived. Kim Porter now. For one, different sources who knew Diddy and Kim have uncovered that Diddy used to put hands on her, leave her messed up. This report from 2005 uncovered that Diddy broke her nose. The report said Diddy comes sweetheart. Kim Porter was left with a wrecked nose after the couple contended on Coles's yacht in Sandrope and flew in a unique plastic specialist from Geneva after the mishap. Porter has since asserted that she hurt her face after she slammed her nose against the table, as per Gene Bargain. Kim ultimately became ill and fed up with his conduct, and she began retaliating. She even purportedly sent him to the trauma center on one event one night. When they were at home at Kim's home on 110 Theats Road, he needed to, put his hands on her in the incorrect manner, and Kim took one of those corkscrews and torn his wrist up and hit her supply route, and as the situation play, Ed out rush over to St. Luke's clinic. They ultimately separated after Diddy began going behind her back, with Gassy for a long time. Individuals accept that Diddy purportedly unived Kim on the grounds that she was composing a enlightened all-book regarding him that would have uncovered everything, while that most likely had something to do with it. Puma Wright likewise offered an intriguing remark about how Diddy purportedly blew up at Kim since Kim gave Cass some valuable data that Cassie had the ion to influence to get her out of the poisonous relationship with Diddy and Panther, guaranteed that Kim had a candid conversation chat with Cassie not long before she passed away, apparently from pneumonia, on the grounds that, see, I know something that a ton of individuals don't realize. I know that you and Kim Porter had a plunk down. Just previously, she left us and I realize Kim had some very solid counsel to give you, and I accept that for this reason things are occurring as they're going on. At this point, Kim was savvy, wasn't she? Cassie protected you alive and kept you. Congrats on making do and congrats on standing up. And when Kim sadly died a couple months after Cassie left, Diddy Panther was perhaps the earliest individual to call BS on the authority way to express pneumonia. Kim passed on from pneumonia. Yet that's what the main coroner report said. She kicked the bucket, it was managed as a crime, and they tracked down poisons in her body, demonstrating that she had been harmed. You realize that they have harms that cause coronary episodes and pneumonia-like side effects. And the one thing about Miss Puma Wright is that she is continuously going to stand on large business, particularly when it comes to Diddy. However, she wasn't the one who felt that Diddy supposedly unived Kim in light of the fact that Kim's most memorable child, Daddy Al, was certain additionally implied that he felt that Diddy supposedly did something to Kim. He made an enigmatic post on Instagram that said, I just saw this one who felt that Diddy supposedly unived Kim in light of the fact that Kim's most memorable child, Daddy Al, was certain additionally implied that he felt that Diddy supposedly did something to Kim. He made an enigmatic post on Instagram that said, I just saw this as a film from the morning I learned of Kim Porter's homicide and the way that it tore the spirit from my actual body. I really do be aware, obviously, that Kimberly didn't simply look at out of nowhere over pneumonia. That is some BS. We just praised our child's new arrangement and Christmas extraordinary with Netflix, and she was in awesome well-being, also giggling seeing me and Diddy's shared trade at the theater. I will leave it here. Don't let the affection melodies fool you with the way that he labels Diddy, and afterward this hashtag no doubt I'll be sure 100% accepts that Diddy took Kim out. Albie Shore additionally indicated that Kim was UN alive when he posted a legacy image of them and composed, "She sent me this colloquialism. Life mimicking craftsmanship mimics life. Now everything appears to be legit." She told me other stuff too. She was running. I said, "Call the FBI." The fascinating part about this is that ALB Shore went into unconsciousness not long after talking on this, and he nearly kicked the bucket. And when he awakened from the extreme lethargics, he never talked on the theme again. Dubious, wouldn't you say? Well, Puma Wright likewise made an intriguing remark about Kim's passing as well as the planning of Albie Shore's extreme lethargics. Andre was composing a book right prior to he passed on. Wadey D was chipping away at a book prior to he kicked the bucket. Kim Porter was dealing with a book before she kicked the bucket, and Albie Shore was chipping away at the narrative of his life, and afterward he goes into a vehicle. You all know that is not all. You all recall those government arraignment records that the federal authorities spilled on Diddy, right? Well, it ends up that the FBI was supposedly investigating Kim's obligation, and they halted her loved ones from documenting an illegitimate passing claim against Diddy since they were at that point examining him for that. As per the records, they all have been reached by the FBI, and 3 family individuals and 6 companions have been entombed and talked with as of now and have been told to remain silent, as indicated by Kim's ex. Cassie told legal counselors after documenting her own claim against Diddy that she had data about the demise of Kim Porter and she has evidence of the explanation why Kim was killed. One more piece of the record showed that the federal authorities had a ton of inquiries concerning Kim's passing. They didn't check out the archive. When Kim passed, there were inquiries concerning the way in which she passed on, assuming that they were going to say that it was pneumonia and that she passed calmly in rest. Then, for what reason was there blood situated on Kim's pillowcases? Likewise, a slight trudge of blood on the room floor prompted the washroom. Why hasn't this been referenced? It proceeded with Kim not being found lethargic in bed. She was found on the washroom floor. In the event that they viewed her as in the bed, then she was in a calculated manner put there. Kim was not found by purported housemates, which is clearly false as well. She was being regulated by a clinical proficient that was handpicked by Sean. Likewise, the last call Kim made was to 911 at 2:43 a.m. However, Kim was found dead later, toward the beginning of the day around 11:00 a.m., as indicated by Kimora Simmons. No doubt, so the federal authorities have been investigating this for quite a while, and it's reasonable they went slowly on the grounds that they needed to acquire those charges' expansion to other charges, which would make it simpler for them to get a conviction and send Diddy to imprison for quite a while. Now we should talk about Kim Porter's book, 'cause listen, that book has been causing a ton of show these recent months. First off, we realize there was a book in light of the fact that various sources have affirmed this, strangely. However, when Kim passed, her home was supposedly stripped in her PC, where the book was put away, also as her actual notes were completely taken. Also, right up to the present day, we have never seen the full duplicate of the book. This had individuals guessing that an extremely strong individual who got uncovered in the book didn't need it to come around, and he put out a hit on Kim. We, as a whole, need to figure one name that has come up in this discussion. Obviously, it's Diddy now. Despite the fact that we haven't seen the book in full, a few pieces have spilled to the media that show exactly how profoundly Diddy was highlighted in the book as per this bit of the things in the book covering Diddy's Gay Connections film, of those experiences the men he laid down with the sexually transmitted diseases Diddy give, introduced sexually transmitted disease and the unstable experience among Diddy and Usher's mother, Blemish J. Blig was being pregnated by Diddy, and obviously she had an end to the beating she took, pushing him down the depths in 2007, simply an entirety parcel. However, that is not even every last bit of it since a long time ago. Some new pages from the book spilled, and they affirmed that Diddy supposedly put hands on Kim the Break. Pages recounted the tale of Diddy being envious in light of the fact that another man sent Kim roses despite the fact that they were presently not together. Kim composed. He tossed the appended card at me. I got it to peruse it. Sean. He slapped me so hard I hit the ground. Sean hollered, "Who were you with an evening or two ago?" I peered down at the card that was lying on the ground close to me, and it read, "An evening or two ago was astonishing. He should rehash it." I attempted to make sense of Sean. He tossed the blossoms at me. "That is not how this functions. You have my kid. You don't contact anybody except if I permit it." She proceeded with, "I begged him." "Sean, please!" he shouted at me. I made an honest effort to quiet him down, but he most likely didn't realize it didn't come up. "You're likely dating another person," so he shouted at me, and it some way or another appeared considerably more extreme. "So you didn't tell him to ease off, Sean." I didn't. And afterward, out of nowhere, he hit me with the seat. I recalled nothing after that until I awakened in an emergency clinic room. My arm was in a cast, swinging from a sling, my face hurt, my eyebrow was in monstrous torment, as was my lip. As I came to the principal face I saw, it was of the man that put me there, in the wake of placing her in the clinic. He then, at that point, constrained her to let individuals know that she had been in an auto collision. She composed. He talked insipidly with nowhere. He hit me with the seat. I recalled nothing after that until I awakened in an emergency clinic room. My arm was in a cast, swinging from a sling, my face hurt, my eyebrow was in monstrous torment, as was my lip. As I came to the principal face I saw, it was of the man that put me there in the wake of placing her in the clinic. He then, at that point, constrained her to let individuals know that she had been in an auto collision. She composed. He talked insipidly with no energy and told them that you had a vehicle mishap. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.